Good morning, everybody. This is Wade. Well, as you can see, a little bit different environs today for the Sunday Musing. It's episode 11, and I am coming to you from Soho, which is in London's West End district. Tapani and I got in on Friday night. We flew in via London City, which is a great airport to fly into if you're ever coming in this direction. It's a lot easier when you need to make transfers and things like that. I say that, and then the DLR, which is the light rail which gets you into the London Underground, was a bit out of service when we arrived. No problem. We took a taxi into the hotel where we're staying. This is the SOHO Hotel. Really lovely. You can check it out. I think I put a link to it earlier this week on Facebook. So anytime that you're in this area, I highly recommend it. I've stayed at some other places that weren't quite as good. I'm really pleased with this hotel. And at any rate, when we took that taxi ride in, there was a great London cab driver. He had like the typical accent and gave us some good tips about where to go, what to do, and we talked about life in general and what have you. And he kept on calling me Gov. Yeah, governor. Yeah, governor. Go. So Friday night I was the governor. Which was really fun. I mean, it just set the right tone for the whole trip. And we got in. That evening, Tapani was a bit tired, so after we had a lovely dinner, I went out by myself. I walked around the West End along Compton, and it's a really lively area. I mean, it's where everybody comes to enjoy. Can be a night out at the pub, or dinner, or comedy show. There's everything in and around this area. It's right next to Leicester Square, Piccadilly Circus, kind of everything that's happening in London. And so I've got some cool video shots. I was walking by a club and I thought, ooh, that looks good. I think I'll walk in. And I didn't really notice, I didn't think about it, but the security person there was asking somebody else, hey, do you have your stamp, whatever? I didn't think about it. They were talking to somebody else as far as I was concerned. So I just walked straight in, looked around, and I thought, okay, interesting, but nothing I haven't seen before. So I walked straight out. And then what do you know, I looked to the left and I was like, oh my God, there's like this whole line of people that are waiting to get in. So I jumped the queue basically, but I guess I looked like I knew what I was doing. So it was kind of funny on retrospect. Got in that evening. We had a good rest, and then yesterday was just fantastic. On the recommendation from the cabbie, Tapani and I went to Portobello Road, which is near Kensington and Notting Hill area. I hadn't been there before, and it was really nice, kind of upscale, but they have one of the largest, actually the world's largest antiques market there. And so every Saturday they have that market, and they've got their stalls. All the owners, or let's say shopkeepers, whatever, they've got their own stalls set up, so you get to see a whole range of products, anything from old silverware to antique memorabilia, a lot of old prints and things like that. So that was cool. I went shopping over there. I picked up some really neat stuff, this I guess kind of kitsch stuff you can see here, but some really nice coasters. Actually, I like this one. Teamwork means never having to take all the blame. So I think that one's going to go on my desk. And then I have some others that will be a good idea for some of my colleagues. I think I'll give this to them. Sorry for that. For those of you who have children, don't mean anything negative by that, but I think it's kind of funny. And then I found a really cool survival book. I think I'm going to give this to my nephew. I think he'll really like this. Examples of things like how to whistle loudly. Now, every boy wants to know how to whistle loudly, and I never could manage that. Can any of you whistle like that? The loud whistle? I can't do it. I have to do the old-fashioned, but nothing like that. Let me see if I can find another one. This is good. If you're ever in Spain and Pamplona, how to escape from an angry bull. You never know when that advice could come in handy. And if you're living in Texas, it certainly can come in handy. So that's really neat. I picked up, I broke the butter knife at home, so I got this. This is from a Swedish designer. I had a really nice wooden one from Pentique, which is a Finnish design house. I broke that, so this is a good replacement for that. And then, I picked up some Jamaican spice. I guess it's called jerk seasoning. It's for when you're making chicken and whatnot, Jamaican style. So I'm gonna try that out in a couple of weeks. Well, what's news here in London? Something a little bit different. This comes from the Sunday Times from today. Here's the headline. Of course, I think Chelsea won the FA Cup. For all of you football or soccer fans, that's kind of a cool thing. But it's this bottom article that I'm interested in. It's called "Play It Again, Boris Gives Us a Curbside Sing-Song." Well, it turns out that the mayor of London, Boris Johnson, wants to put pianos on the streets so that people can have informal sing-songs. It says that they will be placed at prominent sites such as the British Library, the Natural History Museum, the Bank of England, and Tate Britain. Each will be decorated by an artist, which within an appropriate motif. The one outside the bank will be painted with money. One on Carnaby Street will be adorned with bright 1960s styles swirls, and one in Portobello Road Market will feature fruit and veg. They also have a really cool fruit and veg market over there as well. So I thought that's neat. You know, it reminded me that when I was living in Chicago, they had the cows, you know, and they had artists like paint all of these sculptural cows, and then they placed them all over the city. And I've even seen some of those cows show up in different places around the world. I think these cows are pretty well traveled, bovine. Well, that's really it from here. Tapani and I are just having a great time. We saw Hairspray yesterday, which was fantastic. The show on the West End. Today we have dinner at the Ivy, and then here, really at this hotel, if you can believe it or not, there are private screening rooms, and we're going to go see a private screening of a film from the 1970s. So we're going to have English tea, and then we're going to go to see that movie, and then afterwards, like I say, we're going to have dinner at the Ivy. So it's going to round out a wonderful weekend. I hope you're having a good one, and that you enjoy my video montage this week, which is Sights and Sounds of London. Take care, everybody. Have a great week. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. That's where are we? London. London, Piccadilly. Yay. Piccadilly. Here we are at Seven Dials, London.
We're searching for a place. هي مديحة.
Chicago.